I cannot believe the time is finally here, Spiral Squad. I know you guys have been waiting so patiently, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart because a podcast wouldn't be a podcast without listeners. Y'all are the real MVPs around here. I will assume that most of you already know me or know of me, but for those fortunate souls who just so happen to stumble into this chaotic, unfiltered group chat, it's your lucky day. Because what better way to get acquainted than a good old-fashioned trauma dump?
We're casually crashing, laughing while we're spiraling. We're casually crashing, we're fine until we're not.
Welcome, welcome, my crash out queens. I'm Taylor Coker, and you're listening to Casually Crashing Out because therapy is way too expensive. It is a beautiful day here in the state of Kentucky. Definitely brunch weather. A mimosa with a side of bacon would slap so hard right now. That's all I need in life, really. We go to all-inclusive resorts and they have this huge buffet line. It's usually like breakfast. You can go in there and just get what you want. And I love that because I just load my plate up with bacon and I just get a mimosa and my day's ready. I'm ready. There ain't no morning like a bacon morning. There ain't no breakfast like a bacon breakfast, okay? I can't tell you the science. I don't understand it. But a mimosa with a side of bacon will make your whole day start off 100 times better. So next time you start off grumpy, go get yourself a mimosa and some bacon and tell me your whole day didn't just, all your problems gone. Bacon and corned beef hash. I am a sucker for some hefty corned beef hash. And I feel like that's controversial because I know people who are so for it and so against it. And then I know people who've never heard of it. I will tell those that have never heard of it, don't judge a book by its cover. If you've never tried it, look past the outside, give it a shot. It might be a game changer for you. I grew up on it. And let me tell you, I'm a ride or die. And again, that might be controversial, but I'm a corned beef hash girl. I said it. Speaking of nostalgia, do you guys remember those cheese sticks we used to get in school, in elementary school? I've tried to buy them in the store. They sell something similar in my grocery store, but it's not the same. Okay. Plus, there ain't no Big Alice, the lunch lady, giving it to me. You know, that's part of the magic. It's part of what made it special. Oh, and you know what else I miss now that we're talking about it? I miss those peanut butter and jelly graham cracker sandwiches we used to get while we were testing because they had to make sure kids ate, which was awesome. I got to have 2 breakfasts, my little chubby ass. I was like, anyone not want their graham crackers? I'll take it over here. Nostalgia is truly the root of happiness for me right now. And I would say most adults, I mean, you get happiness from either remembering things from your past or being reminded of things of your past, happy thoughts, obviously, wanting to pass those experiences down to your children. If you have children, you want to remain in that mindset of happiness and nostalgia. And I actually was talking to a friend of mine recently, and she was telling me the way she was raising her child. And she had said, I'm giving her a 90s childhood. I want to raise her in a 90s childhood. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's incredible. She was telling me they ride their bikes everywhere. She had watched Life Size, the movie Life Size with Tyra Banks in it. I was like, that is amazing. I don't have children, but I do have a fur baby. What if I went around and told everybody I'm raising my dog in a 90s childhood? I'm giving her a 90s childhood. I start putting her in like bucket hats. I'd have to change her name to like, what's a 90s name? What would we call you, Zoe? We could call you Zoe Spice. Zoe Spice. Like the Spice Girls. Oh, I miss them. I was thinking about them randomly. I don't really know why, but that's another huge part of my childhood right there. Someone asked me recently if I remembered a show that was on when we were kids called Bug Juice. I don't know if you guys remember that show, but it was a show about camp goers and their counselors. But I would get weirdly obsessed with these shows that I would watch. And I would become obsessed with like certain characters of the show. And these were like real kids, like real child camp goers. And I would like research them and learn everything about them because I was a weirdo. And obviously, I would think untreated, some type of not treated mental issue. Back in the day, my mom was just like, she's weird. Sorry, she's a weird kid. But yeah, so when she brought it up, she was like, "Did you ever watch that show Bug Juice?" And I was like, "Girl, do you remember so and so and so and so and so and so? And do you know that so and so got kicked out for so and so? And do you remember that so?" I mean, I just like she was like, "Oh my god, Taylor." Like, it was just asking if you remembered the show. I was very obsessed. I want to start a petition. Like, if I'm paying for Disney Plus, I should have access to the old Bug Juice. I'm just saying. I'm a paying customer, and a lot of the paying customers are parents of these kids that are watching these shows. I don't even have kids, and I'm paying for Disney Plus because of the nostalgia, and I want the old Bug Juice back on there. That's all I'm going to say about it, because I think I'm going off on a tangent, and I tend to do that. So we're going to move forward. I want to introduce to you guys someone who is so incredibly important to me on so many levels. She is the yin to my yang. She is the sun to my moon, my twin flame, the puzzle piece that I never knew was missing. And I know that sounds so dramatic, but I'm not kidding, guys. I love her. Hannah Banana.
Woo!
The one and only.
I was gonna say that's me.
You're so beautiful. It's a
You're
shame the
beautiful.
audience can't see you because you are just.
I got told I looked like a cruise director, so I don't know.
Well, you radiate greatness, so I think that's
There you
probably what people mean. Cruise directors are pretty great. I always say that she reminds me of the Teletubby son on the the little baby that comes up that laughs over the hill that just starts the morning off in Teletubby world so much better. My beautiful best friend.
You balance me out, because if there's somebody like be like, you don't need to be the sun right now, Hannah. That person's being mean. I'm like, got it. Thanks, Tay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. Hannah, you don't have to be nice to everybody. No, Hannah, you don't have to give that homeless person a ride home just because.
He is a pedophile, Hannah.
Yeah, cruise director, you're hot, girl. You're hot. I have hot best friends. I'm lucky. It would honestly suck to have ugly friends because then I would have to lie to them.
Yeah. So, like, when your girlfriend is like, am I looking good? Like, you were 100% honest with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm very lucky that I have hot friends. That when my friends do look good, I'm being honest.
I have a hard time, like, if somebody, they're like, this is, and if it looks horrible, say it's not for them. Not that they're not pretty in it, but it's not for them. They're like, does this look good? I'm like,
you say it in the nicest, most sweetest Hannah way, though.
I'm like, you look beautiful, but it's not.
You look gorgeous in everything. That's what you say.
Yeah.
You look gorgeous in absolutely everything you could ever wear every day of your life. Okay. You can get 100 pounds and you would still be the most beautiful girl on the planet. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm like,
but this shirt is not doing it for you.
Yeah.
So, maybe try another color. Blue. Let's try something else. How are you doing today? Mental health check. That's one of the most important things.
I'm all right.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Like a solid 6. I just have a lot going on that I'm trying to keep track of.
6s.
Yeah.
I would say if I was like just saying today was probably, I just worked a lot. So today was probably like a 7, but the whole week it was probably like a hard 4.5 or 5. It's been a rough week.
It's been a week. I feel like
it's been a really long, rough week, but well, this coming weekend we're going on vacation. The stress of traveling alone, you already know how that goes.
Yeah.
Like getting everything ready. And my husband is a known procrastinator when it comes to stuff like this. The day of traveling is going to be so stressful. We're just going to yell at each other the whole time. It's a really fun little game we play. It's a fun little game we play.
That game. And I'm like, Travis, why are you grabbing a trash bag to pack in right now? What are you doing? Because that's him. Last minute.
Husband's like, where are the suitcases?
Yeah.
Tell me now. I'm like, in the garage. Covered in spider webs.
He's always like, where? I don't have any clean clothes to pack. And I'm like, we're waiting till an hour before we leave for Florida.
don't have any bathing suits. We need to go to the mall. I'm like, well, we leave in 30 minutes, so we can't do that right now.
We'll get the bathing suits when we get there.
Oh my
The
gosh.
high priced bathing suits.
Going camping this weekend? Maybe a night ride with a hubby? It's about that time, guys. Either way, Mud Slut Mafia's got you covered. When it comes to apparel, Mud Slut Mafia knows what baddies want.
No matter your size, your vibe, or what you ride, there's literally something for everybody. And honestly, it's more than just a brand. It's a whole community of people who just get that mud bogger lifestyle. Did you enjoy your Mother's Day?
I did. We went to a Mexican restaurant because in my mind, my husband wanted to take me out, and it was like the Mexican joints won't be as packed as like, a sit down restaurant, I guess. We go in and we sit down, and it was very dirty on the inside, but I just, because we got there about 2 p.m. So I just took it as,
Maybe they just got a rush or something.
They got a rush right after church let out.
Yeah,
they got
Mother's
hit
Day.
as Mother's Day, like no sweat. I didn't think anything about it. I've been there, so it was whatever. And then I see 2 people workers walk out the front. Oh man, I was like, well, they're switching shifts, but they're like throwing their hands up. And then I see like 3 or 4 more people exit out the other side that clearly were workers.
So you're like witnessing a soap opera.
And they're
drama.
like flipping off the building. And I was like, what is happening?
Dinner and a show.
Well, we had already put in our food order.
You're like, did you happen to get my burrito in before everyone? My margarita, maybe?
But she apologized and said it was just her and the poor little cook in the back. There's just like one person.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's okay. I'm in the industry. She comes back with our margaritas, which it was straight tequila and then a skewer of gummy bears. I didn't quite understand that, but
just like I like it.
And my husband, who's never been in the industry, is reacting like, what is this? Like flipping out, trying to get him to calm down.
Yeah.
He's like, don't worry about it. When she comes back, like we'll take care of it.
You're like, you don't have any fucking idea what's going on right now. We are in the middle of a fucking shitstorm. We're lucky to have tequila in front of us for this right now.
Yeah, like just drink the tequila straight.
When you told me that about the gummy bears, I was a little bit like thrown off. But then I remember, didn't we like drink a margarita out of a bathtub there? Like a mini bathtub?
So I think that
they do like weird things with their drinks.
She didn't have a bartender.
She brings the drink back. There's like there's a shrimp cocktail in your margarita.
Yeah, like I was just trying to make me happy. And I appreciated that she was just trying, like to make things better but I felt so bad.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
You were in the trenches, boy.
She brought the food, and the food actually was very good. That one little
Did you eat it there?
We didn't have waters. We didn't have anything.
Besides your margaritas.
So where we were sitting,
we could see straight tequila with gummy bears margaritas.
And meanwhile, my kid's trying to eat the gummy bears that have been doused in the tequila. And I'm like, having to slap his hands every 5 minutes. That's not what they're for. I know it's candy. I know it's confusing. You can't eat them. As people are like, the guy's freaking out next to us about his beans touching his plate. Like,
is that what's important to you right now?
I was just amazed because he heard.
He saw what was going on.
He was like, can't you do your effing job? All he just said was, I don't like beans, and here's beans on my plate. I just thought, like,
what an a-hole.
Yeah, like I'm drinking my just straight tequila over here, sir. Eat the beans.
If I can let my son eat tequila-soaked gummy bears.
I did not, just so the world knows that, and CPS doesn't come and take my kids. I did not let him eat these gummy bears. But I mean, he was definitely crashing out.
Yeah, chill out, sir. There's a lot more important things in this world.
And I'm going to say this, and you can clip it out if it's... But none of the people that were working were Mexican. Like, none of them. They're all that stayed.
Which is odd at a Mexican restaurant.
I know. That's why I was like, what happened here?
Mexican restaurants around here, they thrive. They're all over this area.
I mean, regardless of what food it is, if you just slap some queso on there, you're good.
All Mexican food is good.
Yeah.
You're right. Like, it's hard to mess up Mexican food.
Remember the restaurant that was like served gator and like like for a hot minute and went out of business. It was a secret nightclub at night. Yeah.
What?
You don't remember that? We sang karaoke there one time and turned into a nightclub at night.
Are you talking about?
It was underground.
Yes.
So it's a Mexican place.
Oh
now.
yeah. We walked in there to order lunch one day because our friend had said they had like a restaurant there, and it
New
a
Orleans
lot
by
wasn't.
day.
Yes, I think.
Club at night.
Yeah, and his menu was written on like a whiteboard, and like there was no tape. It was just kind of an odd. I think.
Setup, yeah.
I don't really know what was going on. The food probably would have been very good if it just
The blinds closed at night.
Yeah,
It was just random that they were like, it's a nightclub / gator place.
Yeah, like
The concept threw me.
Yeah,
How
you're like, well, that's definitely a niche. That's definitely a niche category.
It probably was like 2 people that owned the place, and they're like, I want to open a nightclub. I want to order a gator house.
It was one person, and I know who it was, but I think what happened is he got taken advantage of. Like he had people that he knew that came in and honestly were probably trying to sell things out of that place to make extra, whatever it was that the case may be. But yeah, it ended up turning into
Mexican restaurant.
It wasn't even just like a nightclub. It was like, yeah, it was scary there at night. Yeah. It was like a brothel. I feel like more
and
so.
Smelled like gator. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was gross. She said it smelled like gator. It's a gator smelling brothel. It's gross. I'm sorry, sir. And you wonder why it didn't work.
That's what I mean. Like they're like so surprised that it got
Pick
shut
one
down.
lane. Pick one lane. No one was surprised. I was wondering how it was still around. All right, Spiral Squad. Before we move on, I want to introduce a segment that I'm hoping is going to be around for a while. This one's called Crash Out of the Week. This is where you guys come in. Send me your texts, screenshots, stories, group chat meltdowns, and moments that may or may not have gotten a little out of hand. I'll read them, we'll talk about them, and together we'll decide if the crash out was justified. This week's submission comes from my friend Candace, and honestly, she came prepared. She writes, Crash Out of the Week. My nail girl canceled on me twice in 2 days, and I have my daughter's graduation party tomorrow. Because she was having a quote-unquote bad morning, and today her anxiety is bad. Maybe if you have crippling anxiety or untreated, working with the public may not be the best route. She knows I have a special event tomorrow also. Okay. Now, before anyone comes for Candace, let's be honest. Getting canceled on twice before a special event, that is annoying. I don't care who you are. You've already planned the outfit. You've already pictured the nails. You've probably already told people you're getting your nails done, and now you're scrambling the last minute? No. I'd be irritated too. Candace, my girlfriend. I have had this same exact crash out, except it was right before my wedding. You're supposed to enjoy your wedding. Yeah, that wasn't my experience whatsoever. If I ever get married again, it's going to be a destination wedding for sure. I digress. So I don't know what happened, but my nails were, I wouldn't say atrocious, but definitely not what I wanted. And I cried for like 2 days afterward. So I'm not really the person to be telling Candace she's overreacting about her nails, is what I'm saying. But I will say that I hope your daughter's graduation party was wonderful. I love that. I love that for you. I hope that it was a beautiful time, no matter the nail situation. I'm sure you looked gorge. Okay. Let's talk about stuff. Okay. We were talking about that when you fight with your significant other about something silly, because Hannah and her significant other had gotten into a fight last night about something really silly. I'll let Hannah tell the story really quick.
I met up with my husband and I worked all day long. What lunch I had was croutons and leftover cold fries. Okay, I work in the food industry, so like that's what I had.
I've eaten croutons and blue cheese for breakfast before.
Yeah, so
and
like,
it's pretty amazing.
I was a little, and like I'm also PMSing right now. I've been a menace to society. Like it shouldn't be out in public really, but I have to go to work. But so I get where he's at, and he's at actually a cigar lounge. I walked in, and he was like, "There's an old pork chop back there if you want it." Just the way he described it, I'm like an old pork chop. And they actually got the guy that made it is a fantastic cook. And like if he'd
I,
led,
I barely want a new pork chop, honestly.
right? But like if he had led with, "Hey, it's his pork chops," I would have been like, "Great." When you say old, he refuses to admit that that's the way he described it, but that's how
he
the way
probably wanted
described
that
it.
pork chop for himself.
I think so. But I was just like, I had
Yeah.
sat for a very long time and didn't eat because who wants an old
No
pork
one-
chop that's been sitting out? No one.
No one.
But if they had said it's said person's pork chop that he made, I would have like, if it's 3 days old, I'm probably gonna eat it.
yeah.
It's delicious.
I would have eaten it molding in the back of my car.
Well, I went on that tangent after I like found out about it, and he was like, "Oh, you're being so dramatic." And then the guy that made them walked in. This scene happened in front of him. But I was like, can you believe that my husband, like, he said old pork chop? No, I didn't say old pork chop. I'm sick of this. And got up, I am leaving. Flipped out. I'm like, you're what? Like he was being dramatic, and I'm the one PMSing. And I was like, whoa. And his face, the guy that made the pork chops, is like, whoa, over a pork chop. And I'm like, now I'm embarrassed because all these eyes are on me in this lounge about a pork chop. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm leaving.
You're like
now
center
too.
stage for.
And my feelings are hurt because I'm like, this is not who he is. We're not arguing about pork chops all the time. And like, I don't know what was happening that day. That like,
So the point of that wonderfully described story was that it's never about the pork chop. No. But
we acted like I killed his pride by saying like old pork chop. That's how you described it though. Like,
yeah, he's like, how dare you? I would never call
I'm
his
like,
pork
wait.
chop old.
And then I spiral because I am PMSing, and like maybe did I come unhinged?
Me and Jason got in our little tiff this morning. We won't go too far into it, but it wasn't even about what we were arguing about. It's just something else that's going on, and it builds up. It could not even be about each other. It's like something totally separate, but it builds up on both ends, and if you don't let it out somehow, or it comes out
And
at
there
each
you
other.
There you are yelling at each other in public.
Yeah, about nothing. You're fighting. Yeah, your eyes twitching.
They're like, that poor girl. He just yells at her over pork chops.
He doesn't let her eat. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of People Who Owe Me an Apology, the secret game show where no one knows they're competing, but everyone's got a score to settle with yours truly. Contestant number 1 is loud, obnoxious, and she better get her kids under control because I'm about to lose my shit. Introducing people who lack grocery store etiquette. Sis, why are you bringing your husband and your 10 kids to my Target trip? Look at me. I've got a coffee in my hand, headphones in. Does it look like I'm ready to play dodgeball with your children on aisle 5? No, I don't get it. My husband, you would never catch my husband at the grocery store with me, ever. I don't even send him to the grocery store alone. My pure embarrassment of how he would act without me, it gets me mortified thinking about it. So I would never bring him with me. I say that with love, honey, but I'm just being honest. My job is to be honest. Contestant number 2 is sweet, charming, and actually my favorite person in the whole world, my sweet little angel baby nephew, Ryder. As much as I love this distinguished little gentleman, that doesn't negate the fact that he got me, Jason, and Jalen all sick on vacation. So that sucks. I love him and I would never tell him that, but that little snotty nose, I'm just kidding. He's the love of my life. He is not a snotty nose. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen his nose running. That sweet little perfect angel does ever have a runny nose. I love him. He's seriously the best. Just, what? Forget it. You're excused. I'll get sick for you any day, buddy. And last but not least, he's beefy, he's thirsty, and he's probably on a Facebook dating app while scrolling on Tinder, while on a Hinge date as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome none other than the douchebag that stiffs on his bar tab. I can't. We're grown, people. We're grown. It's 2026. What are we doing? I don't really have much else to say beyond that because it speaks for itself. But I do want to add that if you're the female that's on this date with him, that rode passenger side with him on this date, and you are watching him leave a big fat zero after he just bought you guys 2 margaritas, a rum runner, wanted to try 3 beers, asking for 3 sides of ranch. I don't even know why. And you go home and willingly fornicate with this man. Ugh. Ugh. You're a hoe, sis. You're a hoe. You're a hoe. Your mom's a hoe because it takes a hoe to raise a hoe. That's what I say. Now, I know that all of you are on the edge of your seats wondering who the winner is, just filled with anticipation. But before I announce that, I'm going to give a quick shout out to my husband because he owes me apologies daily. And I just think that deserves to be noted and applauded. Thank you, honey. Thank you. All righty. Now to announce our winner. Drum roll, please. I'll take beefy broke-ass Brandon for $500, Alex. What's your prize today, you ask? A calculator. So next time you come order a drink from me, you can figure out how you're supposed to tip appropriately, like a normal human being. Have you ever done something embarrassing and it's almost more embarrassing when you do it in private than like around people? Like, have you ever been walking in the hallway or something, like alone? There's no one in the hallway and like you fall. Normally you're like, oh, I'm okay. Don't worry, but there's no one in the hallway. So you're
I feel
just
like I do that all the time. But
you trip in the hallway all the time?
yeah, I mean, I do, but like, I feel like I'm pretty embarrassing regardless if somebody's around or not. You know what I mean? Like,
one time I was walking on my wedding day, and this is a true story. The rehearsal dinner, where the back banquet room, I was walking up the other side and I was wearing this long dress and I tripped and tumbled in my dress and heels. I rolled all the way down. Okay. Jason's brother was sitting right there, was like, oh my God, are you okay? And I was like,
I was just
I'm
making
okay,
sure
yeah.
you were on your toes.
And I was I had been, of course, it's your rehearsal dinner night. I was drinking, but it was just so embarrassing. What an impression I probably made. Like, God, he's marrying this drunk bitch. Like, I was like, I swear, I felt.
No one thought that.
I was very embarrassed.
I'm the most cheesy human on the planet. What do you mean? I do this daily.
I think one thing about me and Hannah is we're both quirky, but our quirkiness is different. Hannah's very quirky, like she's very polite and very polished. And I think my quirkiness is I'm not. So we get along because of our quirkiness, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like that's true? I guess maybe that's what people's impressions are of us, is what I would say. You definitely give a more polished impression. I just think you're very
We were
articulate.
having a meeting like last week, and they're like, okay, Hannah, nobody wants to know the fun fact about a crocodile right now. We're having a meeting.
Yeah, Hannah knows fun facts about everything.
I'm like,
we used to work at a bourbon bar and people would come and sit down and I'd be like, before you start talking to me, I'm going to grab someone that knows a lot more about this stuff behind me. And Hannah would just, moonwalk in like, hey, funny fact about larceny.
well, it speaks for its name. I'm not going to get into larceny.
Yes, tell me. You got. I want to know.
He was a tax agent and he would confiscate the best of the bourbon. And larceny comes from the word that he got the best of the best and made a master bill out of the best bourbons from different distilleries. And that's what he used as his recipe. And it was brilliant. That's brilliant, to be quite honest.
You're literally just like an encyclopedia.
I read the label on that one.
You go home and her wall is just bourbon labels. No. That'd be really smart.
It's not really good marketing.
Oh, yeah. No, people loved it. They ate it up. She's like, Taylor, all you have to do is learn 5 facts about like 5 bourbons and then just sell those 5 bourbons. And I still couldn't do it. I was like, oh, that bourbon? Yeah. Well, a lot of people like it.
I have a lot of embarrassing moments, but most of the time they're in front of a lot of people that I embarrass myself. There was this one time I did the Charleston in front of a whole group during Derby Day.
I don't even think she realized she did it until the next morning.
No, I sure didn't, but I nailed it.
We went out for Derby Day. Me and Hannah went out to this restaurant. We were like, yeah, girls' night out. And then we went to this Italian restaurant and got really drunk off martinis and red wine and then showed up at the bar where our husbands were afterwards. And
it was like 6 p.m., mind you.
Yeah, it was so early. Hannah drank a
7.
lot.
Because the derby is over at like 7:15.
Yeah. I have video proof of that night, actually. Lots of it. Join my Patreon. Join my Patreon, guys. And you can see footage of Hannah doing the Charleston with Merle. And if you pay an extra $2 a month, she might be topless.
Or Merle.
One of them may or may not be topless.
Probably him.
I love Merle.
What the heck? What the heck?
What the heck? I love you, Merle. You'll never listen to this podcast.
No, you won't.
But I love you so much.
I do too.
Yeah. Shout out to Merle.
Yeah.
Shout out, Merle.
Way to not let a girl hang when she's ready to do the Charleston at a bar.
Merle
You were there for
Charleston
me.
it down with you.
I know he did.
Yeah.
I know he did.
He also got a little handsy, but I really feel like it was innocent.
You know what?
Yeah.
He
He's shooting a shot.
He did.
Why not? You know?
Yeah. He
Dance
was
with
like,
me.
I'm going to come back to Canada tomorrow. Hey.
What the heck?
Yeah. He was like, because he worked like 60 days on, like 60 days off, didn't he?
Yeah, and he was he going back to Canada?
Yeah,
He's retired now. He's retired now.
He's
but-
like,
yeah, that's literally what he sounds like too. What the heck? Hey, what the heck, guys? I feel like Canadian people probably do like to drink a lot.
Have you watched the hockey game? Yes, they like to drink.
My best friend's Canadian, and she does like to drink. So
And
shout
she
out,
likes
Liz.
hockey.
I love Canadians.
Yes.
I just want to say,
Celine Dion is the best. Thank you for her and for Justin Bieber. Shania Twain.
I love Trailer Park Boys. Hardcore fan.
Yeah.
You know what? So when you grabbed me yesterday at our event, Hannah grabbed me because we had radio people there, and she was like, Taylor, of course, perfect. You're starting a podcast. You're going to be on the radio. And I was like, yeah, I am.
Just fulfilling dreams. Just fulfilling dreams.
Like over here, just making dreams come true. Yeah. I went to my boss. I was like, I don't know if you know this, but I've actually been on TV before, a little channel. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's the Food Network. The Food Network.
What she's saying is she's a big deal.
Carnival Eats. Let me set the scene for you. So I don't know what year it was, but it was quite a while ago when I lived back in Florida, and I was at the Florida State Fair, and there were these cameramen. And by the way, I was also going through a period of time. I was telling everyone I'm meant to be famous. Like, I'm supposed to be famous. I'm living the wrong life. I don't know what it was, but I went through a whole period of time. So we saw these people at the fair, and I was like, this is my moment. I'm going to be on TV. I'm going to be discovered on Carnival Eats on the Food Network at the Florida State Fair. And you know what's so funny? I got filmed with this guy that I was with, and I'm pretty sure they only picked us because he was Indian, and they were like trying to, be diverse of who they picked. So they called us over to do this, and we filmed, and I was so excited, and I was like telling everyone, like, I was on anyways, it got released. They used 0.5 seconds of my clip, and they used like a minute of his clip. They barely used any of my clip, and it really did something to me. It shattered my dreams that day. I was like, was I not good enough? Was I not good enough?
I'm 90% sure that's where Jennifer Lawrence was discovered.
On the Food Network?
Carnival Eats.
Oh,
if you come to this household, just expect to get yelled at, just so you guys know.
Yeah, I've made Hannah also expect to get served shitty drinks because I've made Hannah 3 drinks. Mind you, I'm a bartender for a living. I've made her 3 drinks since she's been here, and everyone has tasted like complete ass.
First one tasted like sunscreen in a good way, I guess.
I said that. It tastes like sunscreen in a good way. That one is mostly tequila.
Yes.
But I figured you'd
there's just a goblet of tequila in front of me, guys. Literally, like, class it up.
With beer salt on the rim. Lime beer salt. But it's 0 sugar.
She's thrown an umbrella in there just to
Yeah. My drink's actually pretty good. Why am I like this?
Why am I like this? So You know, like when I thought like we were getting attacked by the Russians earlier in your house because there was a huge bang, just so you guys know, in their house, and it's actually like their washing machine just went a little crazy for a minute. But then I like spiraled in my head for a second. This is what I do, and I don't know why I'm like this, but if the Russians did attack, what would I do? And then you know that commercial on the radio that's like, "Where's the bug out?" It's like, "Where's the bug out bag? Where do we meet in case of emergency?" And the whole family has different places. Aunt Joe's house. The and they're like, "What is a bug out bag?" or whatever. Like I have none of those things, and I feel like I failed as a parent because I have no in case of emergency plan.
Hannah, you are preaching to the wrong choir because I don't even know what a bug out bag is. Oh, correction. Sorry. My husband knows what all this is. And
Well,
this is just how our relationship
It's clear.
works.
It's clear that you didn't actually hear this commercial I'm talking about. That's on the radio because they're like a bug out bag is a bag filled with stuff in case of emergency.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You know,
That's
like
great.
flashlights and like
Yeah.
I don't know what else is in there besides flashlights, but batteries,
It's just like 20 flashlights.
liquor.
Basically,
I'll tell you
Kraft mac and cheese, of course.
I'll tell you right now, my bug out bag needs liquor in it because if like things are happening like that, at least I've got some liquor. In case of you get a big cut, you know, like there you go, like
First
you're
of all,
cleaned up.
First of all, if there's some shit going down,
Bomb.
the first thing I'm going to need is a stiff drink
Yeah.
to really sit back and evaluate, like, what the fuck are we going to do? This was not on my 2026 bingo card.
Why am I like this that I don't even have a plan though?
I don't have a plan either. You know what my plan would be? I would call Hannah. I'd be like, Hannah, the Russians are attacking.
I mean,
What are you doing?
If the Russians are attacking, regardless of where I am, I know my husband's going to come get me.
Yeah.
He's got a plan. It might not be a great one. Yeah. He's got a machete. He's ready.
Yeah.
And I know, unfortunately, probably headed to the woods.
Yeah.
I don't know the plan after that, but for whatever reason, we're gonna head to the woods.
Yeah. Well, the good news is that where we live near woods.
Yeah. So I don't know why we're heading to the woods. But I guess
so yeah, we live in a very rural area. I also want to say that if the Russians were attacking, I feel like Ashland, Kentucky's like not really on there. They're not like targeting us.
We got 5 Chinese restaurants.
Yeah. What are you talking about, Taylor?
2 movie theaters. 2.
All these Mexican restaurants?
I know.
So I want to take a moment and talk about something serious just for a moment, because crashing out's not always rainbows and butterflies, guys. Sometimes it's growth. Sometimes it's, a realization. And those are the best crash outs. So I want to go ahead and give you guys a little pause for perspective, if you will. For the last 7-8 years that I've been away from Florida, I have lived in a constant state of not feeling fulfilled, not feeling whole. I was almost feeling like I was on a detour, like I was always meant to go back home to Florida. And that was just my mindset. We were going to get back to Florida. It was just a matter of time. Recently, me and Jason had some pretty serious talks about where we wanted to end up long term. And we started throwing other options out there for the first time in forever. And we were kind of treating this last trip to Florida as a test to see like where our heads were at. We go down there, and just the first few days we're down there, it wasn't the same. Normally we go down there, we go to Orlando, we go to Disney, the beach. We always try to make a vacation out of it, right? It's rare that we stay like right in our old town together. I remember I never like had a feeling of, oh God, I miss this. I just kept having weird, icky feelings everywhere we drove. Like, oh God, I don't miss this. And the trip it stayed like that the whole time. Not saying I didn't have a good time, and then I ended up getting sick, very sick. We were laid up in an Airbnb for days, couldn't go anywhere. And I remember stepping outside and just wanting some fresh air, and it just being the air being so dense and hot and humid. And I felt like I couldn't catch my breath. And for the first time ever, Like I missed home as in Kentucky. And that was kind of a realization for me because Florida's always been home, but now Kentucky is home. And I'm realizing, while I was laid up in that Airbnb, hugging a toilet, sleeping on the bathroom floor for 2 days, that the same bullshit is going to follow you no matter where you go. It's the same shit, literally, not to be too graphic. Same shit, different area code. It's going to follow you. Your problems aren't going to go away. Your life isn't going to magically change just because you move. And for so long I felt like I was going to be fulfilled if I just moved back to Florida. But lately I've been feeling like if I were to move back there, it would feel like I'm moving backwards and not moving forwards. And I feel like me realizing that is a big deal. Maybe not to you guys, but to me, knowing that maybe I have a bigger plan, a bigger path, and there's a reason that I'm here. Anyways, I know that was kind of random, but I just felt like maybe someone needed to hear it. Alrighty, unhinged baddies, that wraps up episode 1 of Casually Crashing Out. I cannot thank you enough for listening, tuning in, subscribing, everything you guys have been doing. It does not go unnoticed. Thank you to my beautiful bestie Hannah for being my first guest. I love you more than life itself. You are a beautiful human, and there's no one I'd rather crush out with, honestly.
We're casually crashing, laughing while we're spiraling. We're casually crashing, we're fine until we're not.